What's going on, guys? Goodfella here with 3J Gaming. Anthem, cannot wait for it. Comes out sometime next year. Really looking forward to seeing more of it at E3 this year. As we all know, the past few years, EA has decided to do their own event around the same time as E3 in the same area called EA Play. And they announced the next Battlefield will be revealed along with the ability to play the game. And they are going to give us an in-depth look at Anthem. So wanted to do an Anthem video for you guys. Some new info has been circulating, and it's come from Brennan Holmes, who is the creative director on Anthem. And while it's not a lot of info, it is way more than we have gotten since the last E3. So he's answered a lot of these questions over on Reddit. That is just a ridiculously good community. If you guys really want to talk about Anthem or know more about the game, or just, ask a question, get it answered, whatever you want to do, that is the community to check out. Anthem the game on Reddit, just a phenomenal community. So all these questions were from Reddit, and Brennan Holmes answered them to the best of his abilities. One of the questions was, someone wanted the game to be more like The Division than Destiny as far as the world goes, and Brennan responded by saying Destiny has some unique server technology that allows seamless migration, not to overwhelm the servers, but they're using different technology, and their areas are way larger than Destiny's are, so they're still figuring out the details on all of that. Pretty good answer. I like hearing that the areas are larger than Destiny, because I really don't want another Destiny. I want something brand new. But the fact that they're using or at least looking into that technology that's going to allow for seamless migration, lets me know that they're trying to allow the open world to be open and not see any load screens, trying to go through different areas. He was then asked about melee combat, and he confirmed there is melee combat. You actually look at the E3 video from E3 2017, you see the Colossus stomp, which I did not even see until he answered this, and I went back and rewatched the trailer. So that is awesome that there is melee combat confirmed. Something else I found interesting that he was asked was if they're watching Destiny's new events, keeping track of what they are doing and how loot wasn't going to be duplicates. And he responded by saying yes, they were. They're seeing, but that the gameplay team was really into Monster Hunter right now. So that was kind of a unique answer. I kind of expected more of a, yeah, we're looking into that, because, Destiny has done so many things wrong. But that's the one thing that they have introduced that I do like, is that they're keeping track now of your loot a little bit better, so you're not getting the same items. But his response was, yeah, they're keeping track of it, but the team is pretty much playing Monster Hunter World, and I'm playing Monster Hunter World, and it's a phenomenal game. So that was a pretty fun answer. So Brennan goes on to a series of a few more questions that I thought were pretty interesting. One of the questions was, how did we get to this world and why are we here? His response was, maybe we've always been here. So to me, that answer means that it's probably taking place on Earth or an Earth-like planet, and the creatures that we're going to be fighting, although we don't know much about them, the humans were there first, or were always there, and somehow these creatures found a way to evolve and take back, whatever planet they're on. So that could mean a lot of things. That's just kind of my theory on it. The second question was, will there be different planets, maybe as DLC or in the main game? His answer was, we're a bit more terrestrial. So not really sad to say. I'm glad there's no space. Pretty cool they're just keeping it all on one planet, hopefully with a ton of different environments. I really like that answer. That's at least what it meant to me. So the final question that I found interesting that he responded to was, will we be having a central hub in space, and that the place in the video is only an outpost? And he answered that question by saying, the area you see in the video is the fort. It's the focal point for a lot of what you do, as I mentioned above, think more science fantasy, less space opera. So he's trying to get rid of that notion of Destiny or anything space, and the game is set on one world, maybe similar to something like Avatar or Pacific Rim. Either one of those would be pretty cool places to kind of have your game being based off of. But that is just a tiny bit of info. He can't really give a whole lot of information, because they're gonna really show the game off a lot more at EA Play, which takes place from the 9th to the 11th of June, right alongside E3. So we'll get a whole lot more information then. I really think it's important to point out that Brennan Holmes does not have to respond to people on Reddit or respond to people anywhere, but he's taking the time to do this a year before this game even comes out, and it's because he wants to keep his his finger on the pulse of what we as gamers want to see in Anthem. Which kind of leads me into my next part of this video, is that I've been on the subreddit for Anthem for quite a while now, and as I said in the beginning of the video, it's one of the best communities you can go to if this is a game you're interested in. You know, if you just want to know more about it, if you're really excited for it, because you know, these gamers, they know what they want. They know what they want to see in this game. They want this game to succeed. And there's a lot of pressure here on BioWare because Mass Effect Andromeda, you know, it really was a disaster. While there was some fun elements of the game, I mean, the first three Mass Effects were fantastic. You know, even the ending of three, even though it was a bit iffy, it was still just an amazing trilogy. And Andromeda just did not have anything that made the first three great in it, and it was just not a good game. BioWare needs this game to be amazing, and by extension, I think EA needs this game to be equally as amazing. I actually did ask this question to a bunch of people over on Reddit, you know, who needs this game to succeed more, EA or BioWare, and overwhelmingly, I don't think one person actually answered EA. Everyone says BioWare because BioWare could fold and just get, you know, sucked up into other EA studios, which I don't want to see. BioWare at one time was considered one of the best RPG makers in all of gaming, and I want to see them get back to that. You know, but more to the point, the game has to be a big game from the start. It can't be a game like Destiny where you finished it, it was over, and then you're just kind of grinding for a couple of little weapons you needed to pick up. No, this has to be a big game from the start in the vanilla game to make me want to purchase the DLC. You know, a lot of people say they're not pre-ordering the game. If I see what I like, maybe I'll pre-order it, maybe I won't. I don't know. You know, EA's burned me a lot before. So it's not really a BioWare thing on that front, it's an EA thing, but there's a huge opportunity here. There's a lot of people who really want this game to be good, learning from other games' mistakes, learning what, you know, from other game successes, that they're going to be able to build this huge, awesome, amazing world in Anthem for us to play around in and have a phenomenal time playing, hopefully for years to come, because I would love to see this game do very well, be, you know, this massive success that we all want it to be, and be supported for a long time. So guys, tell me what you guys want to see in Anthem. Please leave in the comments down below. Give us that thumbs up, like, we really appreciate it. Please sub to the channel because we are going to have a ton more on Anthem throughout the year. As new info comes in, we will be doing an Anthem video. It's a game I'm really excited to see come out next year. You know, this is a huge year in 2018 for video games, and it's going to carry over to 2019 with Anthem. So, I hope you guys liked the video, and until next time, this is for you, bro.